This is a native wildflower called spotted beebalm. The Latin name is Monarda punctata. It's a native wildflower that the pollinators love. Another common name is dotted horsemint. It is found in pinelands and scrub, and in the home landscape you can grow it in full sun to part shade with average to dry soils. It grows to about 3 feet in height and just as wide. It's a perennial, and once established will come back year after year without any maintenance. The flowers and leaves can be used for delicious tea, fresh or dried. In Florida, we have 5 species of bumblebee. The bumblebee in these clips appears to me to be the common eastern bumblebee. I'm not proficient in identifying bumblebees, so that's just my best educated guess. The bumblebee is the most common pollinator in my green space. I occasionally see honeybees and leafcutter bees, but the bumblebee is the most prevalent by far. They visit every flower species in my garden, from the largest to the smallest flowers. Spotted beebalm is a favorite of bumblebees. The flowers are the perfect shape for their large fuzzy bodies. They collect pollen on their backs and transfer it to the other flowers as they visit each one. As they go to collect nectar from the flower, the upper portion of the flower, called the hood, deposits pollen on their backs. So she transfers that pollen to the next flower and the next flower and pollinates as she goes along. She visits hundreds of flowers each day, and throughout her travels, she pollinates every one of them. Bumblebees are a very important pollinator for us in Florida. These little black and orange insects are called margined leatherwing beetles. They are also referred to as soldier beetles, and they look very similar to blister beetles and fireflies. They're common in my garden, and they don't sting or bite, and are amazing pollinators. Their favorite flowers are goldenrods and asters. They roam in and out of the flowers while transferring pollen. They consume nectar and pollen along with small insects and their eggs. They lay their eggs in the soil at the base of the plant, and when the larvae emerge, they feed on pest insects that are found underground or at the soil surface. Margined leatherwing beetles are a very good ally to have in your green space because they do double duty as pollinators and reducing insect pests. This is a paper wasp. I'm pretty sure most of us have been stung by them at least one time or another in our lives. I know they can be very annoying. if they're too close to where you're gardening or near your door. But they are fantastic pollinators, and if there's any chance you could leave 1 or 2 nests, they will really help you with pollination in your green space. They're one of the many insects that pollinate spotted beebalm. This beautiful wasp is called a potter wasp. They have midnight blue wings and make tiny pot-shaped containers to lay their eggs in. This pot happens to be attached to a black-eyed Susan stem. Potter wasps are not aggressive, and I've never been stung or even harassed by one of them. They go about their business, and I go about mine, and we get along quite happily in my green space. The pinkish purple parts of this spotted beebalm are not actually flower petals, but parts of the plant called leaf bracts, B-R-A-C-T-S. The leaf bract provides a landing area for the pollinators when they come to pollinate the flower. And as you can see in the video, this potter wasp inserts her head and face into the flower, and the top portion of the flower, which is called the hood, rubs against her back, depositing pollen, which she carries to the next flower. It's a wonderful design for pollination.